Today, my friends, we are going to be coming at you from our heart chakra, from a place of love, a place of forgiveness, a place of gratitude for whatever lessons we've learned from the places that we've been and the trauma that we've been dealt. What am I talking about, you might ask? I am talking about trauma. I am talking about ways that we can let go of what no longer serves us, how to let go of what no longer serves us, and when to know that that's okay. There's a place in our lives where we become tired of all the toxic things that are coming into our lives, and we can no longer deal with them. We can no longer have them lingering in our lives, or we start to become toxic ourselves. And then at what point are we blaming the other people for the toxicity in our lives, or are we continuing to bring it on our own? We have to let go of the things that bring us trauma, the things that bring us hurt, and the things that bring us so much disarray that we can't live our lives the way that we want to live our lives. We have to know when it's okay to let those things go. If something is no longer serving you, if you are feeling drawn to let go of a person, a place, or an item, it's okay to let go of that thing. If it's no longer bringing you happiness or joy, why would we want to keep it in our lives? Also, if it's so easy to get rid of an item or an attachment to an item, then why can't we let go of something that's no longer attached to us as a person or a situation? There's ways that we can do this without being truly traumatized to the point where we can't move on. There's ways that we can bring ourselves to true happiness, to true alignment, to true contentment in our lives. We can do this by searching within ourselves to find out what we really want in our lives and what we really want to bring us happiness for our future, for our children's future, for the earth. When talking about what no longer serves us, we often wonder what it is and how we know that something no longer serves us. Typically, what happens, you start getting massive anxiety when you have to either go to that person's house or do that event over and over again, or you get that feeling in the pit of your stomach when you quite don't know what's going wrong or what's going on, and you can't figure it out, but every time you see that particular person or that particular thing, it's just right in your pit of your stomach and you can't get rid of it and you can't turn it off. Or, for example, you'll just really dread going to that thing or that person or that place. Or, for example, you might just even feel it truly in your heart. There's something that's not working for me anymore. I just have to change it. You just have to do something about it in order to move on. Sometimes we might have an emotional breakdown to the point where we can't even move forward anymore. We can't stop crying. We can't stop breathing. We have a panic attack. These are all signs, if they continue to happen, and it's around a certain situation or thing, these are all signs that there's something that's no longer needing to be in our lives anymore. There's something that we need to let go of, and if something is causing us all that emotional trauma and emotional heartache and emotional grief, we don't need to have grief in our lives anymore. We don't need to have this happening all of the time. We need to let it go. We need to take a step back. We need to write it down. Once we start seeing a pattern of what it is that is causing us all of these things, that is causing us all these scenarios of anxiety, gut feelings, headaches, emotional breakdowns, whatever that may be, we need to look at what is causing those. Take a moment, look within, and once we take a moment and we look within and we find out that we are having these headaches, these anxiety attacks, once we go to the doctor and there's nothing physically wrong with us, we need to get checked out first, obviously, because we don't want to rule out anything medical or anything health related that could be going on. But if there's no logical reason and they can't figure out why this thing is happening to us or why these things are happening to us, and if for an actual moment it is something that is causing us the trauma or the anxiety or whatever it is that's causing all these reactions, and then we need to take a look within and realize that it's something we need to let go of as well. So it's happening to you at that moment in time, and write it down. And write it down every time it is happening to you until you see a pattern and you just don't feel like you need it in your life anymore. You need to release it, and you feel like you have a grasp on what is going on in your life that is finally causing you all of this pain, and do something about it. You can look within yourself and start meditating. Meditating can help us release things. They can help us simply by clearing our minds to the point where we don't just have those rushing thoughts about that person, place, or thing. We can go for walks, we can exercise, we can do yoga. Yoga can also do the same thing as meditation does. It can help us clear our minds so we don't have those rushing thoughts, those anxious feelings, the feeling in the pit of our stomach. We can take ourselves out of that moment for even just for a little while until we can figure out what our next step is in that moment or the situation, and we can figure out what we want to do moving forward in our lives. If the earth held so much toxicness in it, then it wouldn't be around today. The earth heals itself by letting go of the things that no longer serve us, so why can't we do the same? Another thing I'd like to talk about as well is following the boundaries of the people who wish to maybe no longer have them or have you in their lives. Maybe they've had a discussion with you and you've been told that, just the place that they're in their life right now, maybe they need to move forward. Maybe their time in their season does not involve you in it at the time. That's not to say that you will find them again in the future, but just for right now, they need to find their lives and themselves without you in it at that point in time. But we need to allow that person to enjoy their lives without us in it. We need to accept what they've told us, or maybe accept what we've been doing to that person, and we need to figure out how we can fix it if that situation needs to be fixed. We need to figure out that we can accept what that person has requested of us, and if the situation is meant to be, it will come back to you again. We need to accept that if we need to let go of something, but if it's meant to be in our lives again, it will be in our lives again. So we cannot hold a grudge against that person that needs to do what they need to do in order to do their self-healing, in order to heal from their trauma. We cannot blame them for whatever hurt they're causing us right now because they need to cause their trauma to heal. They need to heal within. They need to find their light again. We cannot blame them for that. We can only work on our issues on ourselves, and we need to allow that person to heal on their own and disconnect and accept their wishes and follow through with them. We cannot blame people for what they want to do with their lives, and we cannot blame people for wanting to have a better life. If they wanted to move on, that's fine with them. And I feel like we should allow that to happen. I've also picked out a few crystals for everybody to enjoy as well. So if you are going through this experience, and if you're finding that you have this person in your life that you really just don't feel like you need to have them in your life anymore, you need to heal yourself from whatever toxicness that they cause you, from whatever narcissism is that they cause you as well. This is what can help you along the way. This can aid you, and this can help you move forward in your situation. It can help you feel more clarity. So the first crystal I have for you today, you can use Botswana agate. It helps with the grieving process. It helps with trauma. It can aid in getting out of a depressive episode. And it can help alleviate your pain. Blue lace agate, this little guy here, is a communication stone. It helps you speak your truth and stay true to yourself. Whatever it is that you need in your life, you need to bring it to yourself. You need to figure out what you want, and you need to speak your truth. If it's very much a one-sided communication with a partner or any relationship, allow yourself to speak your truth and have your say. It can't all be one-sided. Relationships are two people involved, and sometimes more than one, but everyone deserves to have the right to speak. Amazonite. This beautiful stone helps heal trauma. It aids in healing whatever trauma has been passed on to you. Hold this clear to your heart, hold this near to your heart, and allow it to do its magic. Believe in its magic. Believe in your magic to heal yourself. Rose quartz is a stone of self-love. It increases self-esteem, and it helps us forgive those who have done the harm to us, those who have created our toxic traumas to us, a toxic lifestyle to us, those who have attributed the things that we do that we need to get free of. Self-love, rose quartz is your friend. All these crystals you can put into a little bag. You can keep them close to your heart, and you can find it in yourself to forgive the people who caused you harm. You can release the people who no longer serve you, and you can move on. And if those people who you release that no longer serve you at this time come back to you in the future, that's fine. They were meant to be in your lives. But just for right now, just for today, you need to release what no longer is meant to be for you. Thank you so much for joining me on Jordan's Spiritual Corner. I hope you found this helpful, and I can't wait to meet you guys again on here and have some discussion, pull some tarot, and just have a beautiful day, my friends. Enjoy.